So I was playing in the combine, and COVID had just resumed. It was the first season post-COVID. So I hadn't really been playing. It was probably the least amount of basketball I played in a long time. My conditioning was not there. Um, I was fairly confident I'd do fine in the league, but anyway, I was on cruise control, and I slipped to the third round. So that helped for sure. And we had a pretty darn good team, the best defensive roster I've ever seen in this league by a considerable amount. But the league was really talented. That was a grind that session, and that was a lot of fun. But I just fell in love with the league immediately. The videos, the way they keep the stats, all the effort that JJ puts in. There's a certain professionalism about him that is just
highlights, reels,
right, bar none.
Stats.
So I wanted to be a captain immediately, and I messaged him maybe halfway through the season. I was like, "Hey, can I be a captain?" And luckily it worked out. And shout out to Toby again, but he's a phenomenal player that I got to play with my first session, and an even better guy. So I got a captain with him, and we found you.
Yes, my first season,
first session, and
230 pounds, 220 pounds.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. What are you now?
175.
Damn.
Wow. Great for you, man.
Yeah.
All right.
3 seasons.
So this league has
seriously
been awesome.
Yeah, man. Testimony.
Yeah, just like the GM aspect of getting to draft was a lot of fun. You were a good pick for me, but I had some misses in that first session too, and it was a learning experience. Like, okay, like this is a different beast, sort of. Like you really have to nail every pick. Like if you miss one or two, it will show up. Luckily, the second session, I learned a little bit, and was fortunate enough to put together a championship roster as a captain, as a player here. And
shout out to Ethan.
Shout out to Ethan Link.
Link.
One of the most underrated players in the league for sure.
My brother, man.
Looking to maybe get another one with him this session, but yeah, no, it's so fun as a free agent, but it's so fun as a captain, and it's kind of just like what you're into. But I know there's plenty of guys in the league that they look forward to drafting the team and sort of keeping the team together, even more so than playing. And that's what's awesome. Yes. Is like you can be the worst player on the team and still have a huge impact on how the league goes. Like, it's a greatly put together league.
Yeah, that's my number one strength is my ability to draft and find guys who are going to fit not just like the system, but have like the right attitudes and be prepared to play their role. I mean, we got a 4th round pick who's coming off the bench because we think it's better to have an offensive guy coming off the bench than our 2 least offensive guys, right? And he takes it in stride and
loves it.
Yeah, and everyone on our team is so unselfish.
Cool. Yeah.
And you get one guy with a bad attitude and it can really create a negative energy on the team, and now you have to like tiptoe around that person. So it's very important when drafting, making sure you're getting all those. And as the person who's played only person who's played every season, I have the insight of all the players and knowing them. And what's surprising, there are guys who've played 25, 30 seasons, have never been on my team. And if you are that guy, don't take it personal, but it's totally on purpose. I've never drafted them.
Hilarious.
But I just don't think that as great of a player they might be, their style wouldn't fit mine. And they've gone on, they've won championships and stuff.
It's just not a good fit.
But at the same time, like, I want to have a good time when I come play. Like, it's work for me, but it's also fun. My wife doesn't let me consider this work time when I'm out playing basketball. Even though I say, well, I'm not there, then someone else has to run it. And she sees right through my BS. But it's important to me to have guys I'm going to enjoy playing with, which means guys who cut, move without the ball, let me bring the ball up once in a while.
Yeah, man.
And you'll see it too in the way that different captains construct their roster. Is there's sort of everyone has their unique game plan, sort of going into it. And some people are like Justin, and some people play a different brand of basketball, and both can work.
How would you all describe my brand of basketball? You can be honest. You can go first, Justin.
Pat Bev. I mean, you are just gritty defensive player.
I'll take it.
You can do a lot on both sides, but like you're a guy everyone wants on their team.
Dang.
I'd say Pat Bev is way too mean to be a Calvin comparison. However, from an effort and intensity standpoint, I totally understand that. I mean, I'm pretty sure in the league, you for sure have a winning record. overall. And, that's not an accident. And just
Thank you.
complete effort. And not only that, but you want to make it work with the team. So, you're very friendly. You make it an atmosphere that is very enjoyable. And to JJ's point, like that is very, very important. And on top of that, you're a good defender, you're a good shooter. So yeah, you add a lot of value. And when I was captaining, not just the session that I drafted you, but you're always on my list of guys where like in this spot I'm looking for him, and Calvin is on that list. And I think that will continue. I mean, I know from speaking to plenty of guys in the league that as far as respectability, you're at the top of the list for just about everyone. And that's why I think you've been drafted by so many different teams. Is everybody kind of wants a piece of Calvin, because you do bring an energy. I mean, you are one of the most infectious people in the gym. Just the way the positive energy. It's great. Yeah, it's awesome. So
thank you.
And just like I know this season that your team had a very
rough start.
1-6. Yeah, and then you've taken more of a leadership role. I've talked to some of the guys on the team, and it's infectious. And your team is what
5-6,
the second or third best win streak in the league right now, besides like us and Wallside.
Yeah, man.
Which now you face off against them next week, this Monday.
Yes, I'm excited.
1 versus 5 seed, I think it is.
Yes, I'm excited.
I'm pretty sure. I assume you're guarding Bressler, the number 1 scorer this session.
Yes.
So you've got you got a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
I assume you're going to go straight to the gym after this.
Yes.
Not too far from Beachwood.
I love it. Yes. Everything you all say. Yes. I am, because I love basketball. So let's talk about basketball, bro. So I know you got to go, but just real quick, I feel like when you hit that 6'3" piece, Donovan Mitchell hit his 7-1 piece or 70 piece, and then Damian Lillard hit another 70 piece. And then I made a post. I was like, they need a 4-point line, man, because either they put in something magnetic in the ball, or we just got the best shooters in the world right now. What is going on, y'all?
The game has changed big time. Steph Curry.
Oh my God.
The metrics show, it's kind of like how baseball, everyone goes for home runs now.
Yes. I
love
that.
Basketball, going for that 3-point shot. The percentages just show that it's a lot more valuable. It opens up the middle for more driving, and allows people like Cody to do it all, inside and out.
Yeah, no, I mean,
positionless league, huh?
Right. I mean, Steph obviously just has a tremendous impact on how the game of basketball is played. I mean, for him, someone like Steph, you compare him to all the all-time greats. There's a very big difference in the way he looks, his athletic level, compared to the rest of them. But he changed the game in just his work.
Better.
It's all work. I mean, shooting is just a ton of work. So to get as good as he just outworked everybody. And now there's a standard of, if you don't shoot at this level, you can't play in the league. It doesn't matter.
I'll get PT.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how athletic you are. And so. Exactly, right. Like,
there's still a role for guys like myself and Draymond out there,
There's a role.
You gotta have confidence, though. You gotta have the confidence.
Yeah, and you really do. You have to be able to shoot, and it has changed the game. It's more of a 5-out. Even a guy, who has tremendous value and probably would be like a top 10 player in the league, like in the 90s, like DeAndre Ayton, gets exposed in the playoffs at times because he can't go out and guard the 3. And someone like Robert Williams for the Celtics has tremendous value because he can get out and guard the 3 and recover and guard down low. So yeah, the game has changed. You almost want a 5 a center
that's not Rudy Gobert.
Exactly. Oh yeah, exactly.
That was a terrible trade.
An really athletic guy, and even in the league, it's a lot different. The defensive level in the league is.
Who y'all got winning it this year? It's a pretty mediocre league this year, huh? Golden State's about to be in the play-in. Dallas not about to make the playoffs. Lakers are all over the place. Sacramento's number 1.
I like Denver.
Sacramento.
Shout out to Sacramento. First time in
16
years.
Okay. Yeah.
We just clinched last night, I believe.
Damn, okay.
To get into the playoffs, so shout out to Shaq, shout out to Monty Williams.
Are they the 1 seed right now, or are they just clinching the division?
No, we're the 3 seed. Once we are going to win that division, we're going to win a division with the Suns, the Warriors, the Lakers,
That's
the
wild.
Sacramento Kings. Better than LeBron.
So
better than KD.
Who's going to win it all? Starting with you.
No one from the West. That would be my take. I honestly think in the West, there's a lot of really good teams. Like, you could convince me that 3 or 4 teams could come out. You know, if the Lakers stayed healthy, which I wouldn't believe in, but if they did, they're maybe the most well-balanced team. The Nuggets have been playing the best all year. They
I like
home court advantage. That'd probably be, my. If you force me to do a Western Conference pick, it would be them with not a lot of confidence. And then the Suns, obviously have the KD, Booker, Ayton, Paul. that is, but they have weaknesses defensively, big weaknesses defensively and depth-wise.
So you gotta pick one, though. Pick one.
I'm getting there. And even, I will say, even the Grizzlies have this, now they're kind of flying under the radar, and Ja got some time off.
Jesus Christ. Nothing to do with basketball.
Anyone out of the West I could see coming out, but they have a lot of weaknesses. So it's Bucks Celtics for me.
Okay.
Those are the 2 teams that have a chance to win a championship. I think that will be the NBA Finals, and it'll be the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
But the winner of that series, I think, will win. And I'm gonna roll with the Celtics. I like the redemption story that they're kind of on. They added Malcolm Brogdon, who's like a really sneaky good player. Kind of, they're missing a ball handling guy that can go get them a bucket, because Marcus Smart's a great player, but he's not really that guy that's going to be super efficient offensively. But boy, the Bucks have the best player in the world, and it's not close. Giannis is the man.
I thought you said Jokic got traded to the Bucks. I was like, what?
So the Nuggets for you?
No, I think Bucks personally, but I think Jokic is the best player.
Yeah.
But Giannis is the most dominant. It's like the Shaq versus Kobe or Jordan thing.
Fair enough.
Shaq was the most dominant, but he wasn't the best player ever by any means. Yeah.
Well, I guess we should see Nuggets Bucks then.
I would love to see it.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. I literally was playing 2K against the Nuggets, and Jokic had like a triple-double the first half.
It's
silly. I didn't even see him do anything. He just had.
He makes it look so easy. The numbers don't make sense to me.
Certainly offensively. He's even on a level that Luka kind of is just not at yet.
Yeah, let's talk about the Mavericks real quick, bro. Oh my Jesus. What is Mark Cuban doing?
He made a move, but Kyrie is just bad energy.
Jesus.
He would be on my no draft list.
He should have just stayed in Cleveland.
Right? Him and LeBron could have stayed in Cleveland, but it's not about that. It's about Kyrie.
He's been on 19 teams.
Right. Yeah.
It's a disaster.
5 teams already? That's crazy.
That's a disaster.
And most of the teams
4 teams
tend to do, all right or
without him.
Look at the Celtics.
Golden State. Come on, man.
That's your
Stephen
team?
Curry, man. Stephen Curry, bro.
So I was big on them last year before the season began. A buddy of mine was like, Curry should have not signed his contract, should have become a free agent. They've got all these big contracts left. And I'm like, but Clay's coming back, and you got the youth guys, even though the youth guys haven't really panned out.
At all.
But they still went and got that ship. Right. Kuminga, we got Wiseman now in Detroit, which I think is a great deal.
Yeah.
I think they missed on that Wiseman pick, unfortunately, for what they needed at that time, right? That just turned out to be a trade for salary cap.
I like Gary Payton.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
solid.
that ad. Yeah.
But no one mentions the 76ers. No love for them.
I've seen it too many times in the playoffs with them. Embiid or Harden, it feels like it's very 50-50 that they stay healthy, although they have had a pretty clean bill of health. But, in the playoffs, I've just seen both those guys, more so Harden, kind of come up short. And, man, their roster really is great. So maybe they are a team that's flying under the radar. But I just personally, some about Embiid is a little bit unlikable to me, too. I don't know if anyone else picks up on that vibe, but just a little bit less team, and I feel like guys like Giannis and Jokic are a little bit more team oriented and selfless, and he's begging for the MVP and all these things. And I don't know, the energy. I don't love the energy of that Sixers squad, and I would much rather go with the Celtics or the Bucks for sure.
I get that. I like the Bucks energy. To me, Giannis' championship was maybe set up there with the Dirk and LeBron's in Cleveland.
Yeah.
In terms of being able to take a team, especially the smaller market team, not small, at least Dallas is a small market, but they're not destination cities. Teams aren't going there, players aren't going there as free agents.
He hyperextended his knee. He airballed 7 free throws that season, that series, and he made 15 out of 17 on the last game. He dropped 15.
Hell yeah.
He is just every player's favorite player or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways.
They don't make him like Giannis as far as just the humbleness and just the attitude is just for someone that good. They really don't make him like that. And yeah, for me, like what just makes him, I think, the best player in the world is just his defense too. Like that block in the finals, just an incredible play. I mean, the amount of athleticism and just timing in that is otherworldly. So yeah.
So real quick, who you got MVP? Giannis. Just because I mess with him, he's probably not going to win.
I mean, it's a toss-up, but metrically, I think it has to be Jokic, right? Like what he's doing is undone.
Times? Oh my God.
Unheard of.
3 times.
Yeah, I would go Giannis. I think just for me again, I think he's the best two-way player. Because Jokic is the best offensive player in the league. I won't dispute that. But Giannis, isn't like too far off. He's definitely behind him, but it's not like astronomically. He's still pretty dominant. Whereas defensively, like Giannis is probably the most impactful defensive player in the world, if not like top 5. And Jokic is like, he's just not quite the athlete that Giannis is. And
he's not, but the metrics show that Jokic is like top 10 all time in defense this year, which doesn't make sense to me. And no one who I saw a JJ Wright podcast about it. No one who would watch the game would ever say that he's better at defense.
Yep.
Giannis.
Because it's not the eye test.
Right.
Who you got winning the fight? Giannis brothers or Jokic brothers?
I think it's got to be Jokic brothers, right?
Jokic brothers without a moment's hesitation.
Yeah. I was really hoping to see like a tag team match of the Jokic's versus the Morris brothers.
I know, right? They're too nice.
Yeah.
The Jokic brothers are.
But they outnumber. He has like 9 brothers though.
They're like professional fighters.
I was just saying the 3. I was saying
many brothers, bro. Anyways, Calvin Nellum Podcast. Please, where can we sign up for Complete Detroit, Justin, real quickly?
Well, for our men's Monday league, you have to wait for the August season now because we sold out. But ComePlayDetroit.com, check it out. Check out social at ComePlayDetroit. We have wide range of sports for everyone year round. And then we do a lot of fun stuff in the community, placemaking. So check out our website and social to see what fun things are going on in Detroit.
Yeah, Cody, where can we find you? Anything you got coming up?
Oh no, nothing coming up for me, man. Just trying to win my 3rd championship here in 5 seasons.
Amen.
Make my name for myself in Justin's league, and then just work, family, usual stuff.
Monday nights at Beachwoods. That's where you can find them.
Monday nights at Beachwoods.
That's it.
All right, I'll be there. All right, y'all. Thank you so much, Calvin Nellum Podcast. Peace.